Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, the sneaky tax that continues to bruise more and more Americans is a tax that not only can be prevented, but it's caused by a tax that's even bigger than that sneaky or pesky tax that has a greater impact on pulling a big lion's share of your life's hard-earned work in your IRAs and 401ks, and that's when you draw your retirement, right, once you've retired from your former employer's accounts, right, that have deferred the taxes, which has also deferred the tax calculation. So when you think about it, when we start drawing from these accounts, here's what happens. They call them stealth taxes. Not only do most people want to spend more, especially in their go-go years of retirement, right, kind of that first 10 years before they get into potentially the next kind of decade or so of the slower go years, and then eventually, hopefully, way ahead of spending what they wanted to spend and when they could spend it and how they could spend it before they get into the no-go years. And let's hope no one has no-go years, but unfortunately it happens, folks, and I've witnessed it over the decades. I've helped people transition to and through retirement. But the biggest culprit of this sneaky tax is bruising more and more Americans, according to the CNBC article I talk about on Taxes Saved Radio, which, by the way, all of our radio programs you can find on your favorite streaming app under Taxes Saved Podcast. We've got the opportunity now to show and teach if you've not drawn Social Security yet, when's the most optimal time to do it, and how do you avoid up to 85% of your Social Security getting taxed? Because we're seeing on average clients we work with that are been higher income earners or heavy savers in IRAs and 401ks, they're giving up an extra $10,000, $12,000 or more of taxes on their Social Security. So that's why they call it the sneaky tax that's bruising, per the article, more and more Americans. Well, folks, if you think that one bruises, imagine what it's like to end up paying more taxes in retirement than when you were in your highest wage earning years. It's unbelievable. But the goal is you'd want to spend more money in your earlier retirement years while you can have fun, while your kids are younger, your grandkids are younger, etc., and get out and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But that means if all your money or the majority of it's locked up in these ticking tax time bombs and you don't really have deductions, it is very realistic that those of you listening to this that have been high income earners and heavy savers and or both, you're going to pay more taxes in retirement if you don't do something about it. Well, why we have the Tax Cut and Jobs Act still alive, still in 2025, go to taxessave.com and request a saving tax optimization plan analysis. Not only can you remove your assets and your income from the tax system, but your benefits like Social Security, reduce the taxes on your pension, avoid Medicare taxes. Folks, it's very, very important you do so. Now, lastly, for those, right, that are still looking to save taxes for 2024, before they close that door, as I like to say, there is time, but you've got to hurry. There are certain strategies that you can still go back in time. They're not a lot that you can go back in time, but there are still some. In the inventory, because there's a certain amount of inventory that allows those particular tax credits and reduction programs, go to taxessave.com, click the request analysis, I believe it's worded button, and then it'll pop into a calendar. And then while we still have time on the calendar with our tax team of CPAs and tax attorneys, be sure to request the best time and day so we can have a conversation. It's a complimentary conversation to show you through software how the impact of when you file Social Security or how your Social Security is going to be taxed, or if it already is being taxed, or what your required distributions are going to be. And I'll leave you with this. We had a gentleman by the name of Eric. And Eric is in his mid to late 50s. In fact, Eric is 56, as I recall, about to turn 57. He has saved $1.6 million at the age of 56 in he and his wife's 401ks and IRAs. Now, by going through this saving tax optimization analysis at taxessave.com, he was able to learn that he will, and now, as of today, but not saving one more dollar, is facing conservatively at today's tax rates, while they're still alive in 2025, because not all of them are going to, unfortunately, probably continue, at least not forever. He's going to pay he and his family over 3.2 million, double the 1.6 he's already saved. Before he saves another dime, he's going to pay over double of that in taxes, and that's just tax from his required distributions out of his IRAs. That's not tax on his Social Security, tax on his Medicare. Folks, taxessave.com, taxessaved.com.